fans in the building. Black Dynamite fans in the building.
Hey, society fans in the building. That's what we looking for. We need that energy. Keep that up.
We're going fans and Freak Nick the Musical. Nasty.
The last OG? Hey! Here we go. Y'all should be ashamed. Y'all should be ashamed. So, I am Chris Fury from 𝐿𝐿 Blurred Station, and this is
Johnny 2x4, but y'all can call me Tafari TV for the day.
So, I know what y'all hear. Y'all not here to see us, right?
Why are they not doing it? Hell.
All right, we're here for the real people. We're here for Marshall Blueberry consistent. Carl Jones. Asheru. We here. We're going to talk to him now. Let's take it out.
Hello, everybody.
So, we have Carl and Love John. We have Asheru. Come on up, Asheru. The intro to the Boondocks. Yes. The lyrics, the inspiration. Let's talk about that. Okay.
I tell this story a lot. I found myself telling it a lot more and more lately. But just me doing the theme song was something that Aaron saw way before he even had a show. It was when it was still a comic strip. And so he always told me, like years before he got to do it, he was like, man, he said, when I ever get a TV show, I want you to do my theme song. And I was like, all right, no doubt. He's like, man, let's do it. I'm from the U Street era of hip-hop here in DC. And so, and Aaron is a part of that too, you know. And so, yeah, when the years went by, we kept bumping into each other, and finally it happened. And he was like, I'm gonna sing the beat, and I went and he called me on the phone, he said, look, I'm singing the beat right now. He said, I want you to make it 30 seconds long, don't mention any of the characters, and I want you to make it as black as you can possibly make it.
And he went blacker than that.
Yeah. He hung up the phone, you know. And the reason why it's super black is because the first version I sent him, he was like, yo, this is dope, but like make another one for me. You almost like, I love this, but make me another one. So I wrote another one, sent it to him. He was like, oh man, this is incredible, but it's just not hitting where I needed to hit. I hadn't seen any of it, so I'm shooting in the dark, you know. So I said, all right, so no problem, make a third one, sent it to him. He's like, nah, man, this shit is dope, man. I'm sorry, but like, I'm sorry, this is dope, but I can't. So now I'm thinking something's wrong with Aaron, because now I'm frustrated. Like, I know I'm dope. What's wrong with Aaron? So then I wrote the fourth one. He says no. Fifth one, he says no. Sixth one, he says no. Seventh time I go to the studio, my son might have been like 3 years old at the time. We walked to the studio, my boy's crib. I took my son with me, sat on the couch, I looked at the engineer, I said, yo, if Aaron doesn't take this one, forget it. Like, I quit. And I went in and I just spit. I am the stone and the builder refused.
I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right.
So I sent him that, and he was like, yo, this is the word. I know. It's like, super thankful, because I was almost about to quit, you know? So I'm happy that it happened.
That's my daily affirmation. How many people, like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
The lyrics really are inspirational because they do mean something. And it does. That should be the wake-up call, right? Like now, even now.
Yeah.
The anthem.
I mean, it's about the black experience in America. You know, we're the stones that the builder refused. We're the ones that got rejected that ended up being the cornerstone of the country. You know what I mean? Stone that the builder refused, the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues, so strange fruit, we hung on trees. You know what I mean? Spark that makes your idea bright. All the black inventions, all the things that we create, culture, cuisine, fashion, sports, art, entertainment, that's us. You know? We the spark that make your idea bright. The same spark. So we get it from a divine source. We the same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left and your right. The dial in your box, the bullet in your gun, the inner glow to let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come, and I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't make it no blacker than that.
We needed way more than 30 seconds.
Hold on, on the other end of that spectrum, right, what a lot of people don't know is that the Martin Luther King episode that we did on the Boondocks, where Martin Luther King was, when he did his speech to niggas, that was also a song that Asheru so the lyrics actually came from a song that he had recorded before the show.
Yeah.
I think we have to put that too so they can see it.
Niggas. And you don't want to be a nigga. Because niggas are living contradictions. Niggas are full of unfulfilled ambitions. Niggas wax and wane. Niggas love to complain. Niggas love to hear themselves talk with hate to explain. Niggas procrastinate to the sound of words. That's why niggas get back in the corner and won't close.
That was a song called Niggas that I wrote. No, seriously, but it was a tribute to the last poet. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but last poet was pre-hip-hop. But they had a song called Niggas Are Scared of Revolution. And that was my version, that was my take on that song.
You know what, now that you mention that, what does that look like now? For real, what does that look like now? We out here in this world and we face a new trial every day.
That's why we need shows like this back. Me and Carl was just talking about it, like this is the time right now where it would be powerful, you know, because of all of the content and all the things that are going on, but this is definitely not a time to be scared. So
That's right.
you know how it look right now.
It was shaking on like it did before. Just like it's shaking on like it did before. So there's a voicemail that Aaron grew up on your voicemail, right? What was that about?
So during those years when he was telling me, yo, I'm almost there, we're about to get the show, I kept bumping into him, you know, at like ed conferences. I was at an education conference one time, I saw him in the lobby of a hotel I was staying at randomly, and we bumped into each other. Then I saw him again at a Mos Def show, randomly, like we walking out, and I'm like, all right, what's up? So at that time, I gave him this mixtape I had called 𝐬𝐿 and it was just a collection of like joints that I was thinking about putting out or whatever. And he listened to it and he called me and left this long message just about like the different songs he loved and what he wanted to talk about. And it was dope, man. It was a long, heartfelt message. And then I ended up releasing Inside Me and putting that voicemail on the mixtape.
Ash, yo, what's up, man? Hey, Recruiter, got your message. So, yeah, man, the new shit, it's, you know, it's incredible. The joint that killed me was, If I Die. I need to, I want to holler about that, because, that's the one I think I'd really like to use on the show. I'm trying to write something around it, get animated, and think it'd be good. So, yeah, congrats on the new joint, man. It's just really, really incredible stuff. And, yeah, hit me up, man. It's good seeing you.
Hearing that back, how was that feeling?
I just think about that early phase of it all, you know, when it was still just ideas floating in your mind before it was a physical, tangible thing, you know. And so, yeah, that's what it makes me think of, just Aaron being on that grind and us putting music together and just, you know, what became of that call, that phone call.
It puts you in a different mind state.
Yeah.
You know, you've been in the business like 20 years.
This next year will be 30. My first release was in '97, so next year will be 30 years.
It's another call coming over next year. They got some dropping the album last year, along with a couple others. But you're a Peabody Award winner on top of that. Give it up, give it up. That Peabody Award, receiving that Peabody, you know, your work.
Yeah. I remember when when they were putting out the Martin Luther King episode, Aaron called me like maybe, I think it came on Sunday night.
Yeah.
He called me like Thursday or Friday. He was like, wait till Sunday. He said, wait till you see what I got Martin Luther King. He said, I got Martin Luther King saying your lyrics. And I was like, you ain't got Martin Luther King saying my lyrics. He was like, yes, I do. I was like, Aaron, for real? He's like, no, I got him saying that whole nigga song. And I was like, no, Aaron, no. I'm literally on the phone like, no, man, don't do that. He's like, it's too late, bro. It's coming out on Sunday.
You know what's funny about that? I remember the next day, it came on CNN.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say, so that Monday, CNN had Jesse Jackson, God bless the dead, Al Sharpton. They were all like, this is an abomination. We would never.
I remember that was the moment where we were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That was the first time we were like, what the fuck are we doing?
I remember, and I just remember saying, yo, Aaron, you will get in trouble, man, if you put that out. And then the next day when all of that happened, I think Aaron got a kick out of it, though. I think he actually enjoyed rallying, like having that kind of response. But I'm gonna tell you what's really funny though. Years later, I did a panel at Stanford University at the King Research Center with a brother. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but Clarence. There's a brother that used to be a speechwriter, a friend of King. His first name was Clarence. I'm sorry, I forget his last name. So the brother's on the panel. I didn't know I was there for an ambush. I'm thinking I'm there for the panel, and somebody was like, why would you have Dr. King saying those words? So they're going on, and it was like a whole thing. And I turned to Clarence, and I was like, Clarence, you were cool with Dr. King, right? He was like, yeah. I said, like, that was your boy? He was like, yeah. I said, so you telling me you never had a time when you rode around with Dr. King or hung out, and he like was like, look at them niggas over there. He said something to that effect, you know? And he was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, see? Like, y'all tripping. Dr. King was a real nigga. He was a real man, you know what I mean? That's who yeah, so yeah, but yeah, definitely. To win the Peabody though was a definite honor. I found out in that time it was the first time a cartoonist ever won that award, first time a rapper ever won that award.
To be in the business as long as you have, and to see the kids that started out listening to music and now seeing them as adults, that's got to do something, especially in the style of hip hop.
It does, man. I mean, hip hop is that one genre of music where your mom, the mom and the daughter, or the dad and the son might have the same favorite rapper. You know, like we might both be listening to Kendrick or both be listening to whoever, you know what I mean? And before, like when I was growing up, I listened to the music, the cookout music. I listened to the music that my parents played, you know? But this generation and my generation and up, we're a little different, you know what I mean? Like we all are having this experience together. We're all using social media together. We're doing things that our parents just didn't do when we were younger, you know, so I think it just opens up the door for a lot of opportunity. But yeah, I see people all the time, young kids, I talk to them about the Boondocks, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because it was 20 years ago, you know what I mean? So you 12, 13, you might not know. But your mom, your dad knows, and they're like, oh, I grew up on that. And I'm like, right. Now I'm like, damn, now I feel old because you grew up on this, you know, so it's dope though, man. I think hip hop keeps you young, so I ain't complaining.
Singing your lyrics to the intro, place against the animation. That's got to be beyond the dream.
Yeah, man, I definitely teared up like, damn. Because, you know, I didn't see it on TV first. I saw it, we went out to LA, and I saw it like on TV with Aaron and everybody in a bar, like watching it. And I just remember being like, holy shit. I'm like, I cannot believe this, man. And yeah, I was just thankful they kept going for all the seasons and they didn't change it. Like, we're gonna make another song, we'll do a new season theme song. They kept that theme song. So
that's what's up. Like, Asheru, man, you put in so much work. And the culture thing. The culture thing, like it still gets played to this day. And like Love said, it's like it's an affirmation. That song is an affirmation. And right now, the time where we need it the most.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Carl Jones. When is Tuesday returning?
Yeah, man, it's Tube Steak, nigga, once again. Out here on the block, like we always do.
I don't know who that is.
Not Tuesday.
See, no one knows it. Why did you bring that up? No one knows who Tube Steak is. And don't go Google Tube Steak, there's a lot of weird stuff that comes out.
We remember.
So, Carl, being part of this cornerstone of creating the Boondocks, and then knowing that it really made an impact on the culture, you know, poking fun at the culture, putting a mirror up to reality. What does that feel like for you when you still see how relevant it's necessary now?
Well, I mean, seeing that it's still relevant is it's a little surreal, you know, because I mean we did it so long ago, you know what I mean? So like, it's funny because like Love and I would be sitting in the house and she'll be on TikTok and I'll hear my voice like just like booty bot, booty bot. Like, how are they still playing that?
No, my favorite all the time is, what did he do to
make them niggas that mad?
Every time that comes up, every time.
So it's crazy, like, just like this, especially, I mean, it's been 20 years, right? So like to hear, like, Thugnificent coming from, you know what I mean? Like,
Booty warrior.
oh, God. Booty is more important than TikTok.
No, wait, I gotta play a story, you guys, though. I was gonna, like, I heard Felice Johnson actually got out of jail, so I wanted to set up a call. I'm sorry, I had the dark twisted humor. I wanted to set up a call with him and Carl, but then I saw how mad he was about it, so I was like, maybe not.
Well, because this nigga really does this for real.
I know.
Like, he really loves booty. I don't want to smoke with him. It's crazy. I was like legit scared when he got out.
But he even called you out, right? He was like, Carl Jones doing my voice.
I started deactivating my Instagram. But no, but I think to your other point about it being necessary now, I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, the question that I always get, and I'm sure Asheru, you hear it, and I know Aaron hears, everyone hears, why doesn't it come out now? Or where's the show? Or is it coming back? Will there be a season 5 or 6? And I mean, the truth is, it's just really, really hard. It's a hard sell today, right? And I don't think that the audience is necessarily too sensitive. I just think that the networks aren't taking as many risks as they did before. You know, and some of that could be because they're afraid of the backlash that they would get. But I think the other part of it is, and not to get too winded, but the streaming platforms just went through a streaming war where they were fighting for subscribers, and they made a whole lot of content thinking that if they have more content than the competitor, that they would actually get more subscriptions, but that didn't actually turn out that way. But while they were, going through these streaming wars, they spent a whole lot of money making shit that nobody was watching. So now they're trying to overcorrect that, and they're not making anything. You know what I'm saying? But even during the streaming wars, I think that there was still this need to reach like this broad global audience, right? Because like Netflix became this like, monster, right? It's like you know what I mean? Where they it started out as a small boutique company, but now they're all over the world. So they started making content that spoke, in their minds, that spoke to a broader audience. So I think everything started to become kind of homogenized, and people weren't taking risks on shows or movies that spoke to a very specific audience or subculture, which is something that I think the Boondocks did. So I think part of the problem is just there's not a lot of networks out there willing to take the type of risk that it would take to get behind a show where we have booty warriors and we got _Deliciouses and Thugnificents, you know what I mean?
Martin Luther King said, nigga.
Yeah. For me, I was just excited to be making cartoons, man, especially the kind of cartoons that we were making because, it spoke directly to us. When I grew up, I was a big fan of the Flintstones and the Jetsons, right? And I remember when I was watching those shows as a kid, I was like, damn, they don't got no niggas in the future or the past. about that. You know, so I always had this dream of I always had this dream of being an animator or being a cartoonist. I didn't know I'd be writing and directing, but thanks to Aaron, you know, opening the door for me and allowing me to work with him to make this, you know, this cultural, I guess, landmark now in animation, like, that meant more to me than anything. Going to work every day, hanging out with my friends who basically became my family, and making each other laugh, like that was the reward for me. Like I still don't really know what Peabody is, to be honest with you.
Here it lies, I'm not sure.
Well, what it is, Carl, is no, it's an award for journalism. It comes out of the University of Georgia. It's like a journalism Pulitzer, if you will.
Appreciate you, bro.
So let's talk about some of the voice acting and some of the projects you have done, because you have worked with some people in this industry that are now best known for voice acting, and some of them are actors. No one thought in a million years that would be 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐭 doing both of those voices.
Yeah.
And now you look at Regina differently, you're like, yeah, and then you see the behind the scenes, like, wow, that is weird. That is weird.
I'm gonna be honest with you, every time I hear her talk now, I can't not hear Huey and Riley.
Yo, you know what, here's something funny? So I'm watching TV one day, and there was a MaxiPad commercial on, and it was talking about wings and absorbent seed, but it was Riley. I heard Riley talking about MaxiPads. As I looked at the TV, and it dawned on me it was Regina doing a commercial.
Exactly.
But I was like, I'm like, what's Sony doing?
He said, this is AI.
They didn't want to bring the show back, but they got Riley selling MaxiPads.
So you are working on some projects. Obviously, we know about many new projects. You have another special project lined up, correct?
What we'll talk about is, we did launch this company called Martian Blueberry. It's funny you mentioned strange fruit, because Martian Blueberry is another way of saying strange fruit. And there's a lot of people like, what is that name? What does that name mean? But I wanted to find a more clever, kind of covert way to say that. But we launched this company with every intention on giving us a place where we can tell our stories authentically, and part of the reason was what I talked about earlier, you know, with the industry being the way that it is, and it's really, really hard to get these studios to take risks. We wanted to take matters into our own hands and create a company that worked more under an independent model, right? So we do have some studio projects, like the one we're doing with Amazon and like 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 called Hotties, and we got a couple features in the works, but in development. But aside from that, like, we're building this underground railroad, you know what I mean, where we found a path to do really high quality anime movies that speak to us, because the blurred community, in my opinion, is what created this explosion of anime all across the world. And it's true. I mean, we elevate everything we do, and we take things to a new level, and the world is watching what we like. And so I feel like, because there's not enough representation in anime, and I'm not asking them to represent us in anime, what I am saying is that we have an opportunity to tell our own stories and work with some of the same Japanese studios, some of the same Japanese creators, which we did in the Boondocks. A lot of people, because I know I hear this argument, is it anime or is it not anime? And I don't really get into that, but I will say that we collaborate with Studio Trigger and Madhouse, and you know what I'm saying? We work with some of the Korean studios that you know are working on some of these Japanese anime as well. So I'm just saying, like, I think there's a time where we can actually bring all of these cultures together and do something really more specific to us, and that's basically what we're doing at Martian Blueberry.
I believe Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite!
I want to tell you a story!
The movie that created a whole nother lane that we didn't think was possible, and you brought it to animation. And working with this amazing cast, which was really the same cast from the film. how did that feel? Did you campaign for that?
So it's a crazy story, man. My whole life has been like, really, my whole career has been very serendipitous. Like I don't know, be in the right place at the right time. But so 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, who plays Tom on the Boondocks, you guys know, he's also Reno 911, really funny. He plays Nick Maynard also. But he was in the movie Black Dynamite as
Chocolate Getty, yeah.
Right. So he actually came to the Boondocks offices one day, and he had a director's cut of the movie, and so I took it home and I watched it, and I was like, yo, like this shit would make a really dope animated series, right? And I swear to you, like a month later, it might have been 2 months, but it was shortly after that, I get a call from my manager, and he's like, yo, the Black Dynamite people reached out, and they want to see if you'd be interested in doing something animated with Black Dynamite. Now, mind you, the director's cut that I saw, I wasn't supposed to have seen. So they did a meeting with me, and I acted like I saw it for the first time. I was just like, oh, that's hilarious. But after it was over, they were like, so what do you think? And I was like, oh yeah, I had a whole show laid out by then. So like, I pitched it to him. Michael Jai White, you know, he was on board, he loved it. I already had a relationship with Adult Swim, so I literally went into Adult Swim and pitched it, and they bought it in the room, you know? And I mean, shortly after that, thank you.
That's very rare, by the way. They don't buy in the room.
No, it is very rare. But I'll tell you one other thing. So me and my partner Brian Ash, who also worked with on the Boondocks, we wrote the first pilot for Black Dynamite. It was Trouble on Public Street. It was 11 minutes. And Adult Swim saw it, and they were like, it's cool, right? But they were like, can we push it a little? Because Adult Swim is the only place that asks you to do shit more weird, or go further, you know what I mean? Like, because most networks are always pulling you back. They're like, no, they put your foot on the gas. So we were like, shit, all right. So we wrote another pilot, you know, called Jackson 5 Across Your Eyes, where we find out that Joseph Jackson wasn't the abusive one in the family, it was Michael.
The very next day, my half-alien son, Michael Joseph Jackson, was born. I knew that baby wasn't mine, because that motherfucker had talent. Scary as the was the first time I saw it, the motherfucker sang and danced, and doing both really well.
And then he was an alien. And so they were like, yes. They're like, this is what we're talking about.
But they did tell you pull back where?
Yeah, so we turned in the pilot script, and we rarely get notes from Adult Swim, by the way, on Black Dynamite or Boondocks. But the one thing that they said we couldn't do is, because we had Cream, Michael Jackson impregnated 𝐬𝐶 with 1,000 alien babies. And they was like, that's where we draw the line.
The fact that they had a line is wrong.
That's his mind. Off drugs, ladies and gentlemen. He don't do anything. That's how his mind works. Not on drugs.
The fact that he said, push this, we need you to push it, put your foot on the gas, and it's like, oh no, that's where we draw the line.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know how his mind works. Be careful with telling him to go far, because he will go far.
I mean, honestly, Adult Swim really, I think they spoiled us, because once I got into the real TV world, I realized you can't do the shit, you know. I remember I had a show at Fox, and we were, I can't remember what it was, but it was something I was fighting for. It was some shit I wanted to do, and they have an S&P department, which is like standards and practices, right? And it was great because, I mean, it was all black women, which I was like, this is dope, right? So I was like, yo, can I like meet with y'all? Because I want to talk through some of these notes and see if I could get my way, right? So we met, and they wasn't giving me no leeway at all, right? And I was like, but hold on, man, like Seth MacFarlane, he gets to do all this shit on Family Guy. He got Stewie pointing a gun at his mom, and they was like, well, nigga, you were not Stephanie Farley. I said, okay.
So
that is correct.
One of the people we work with is a special guest. He's here.
On behalf of our sponsors, Roscoe, and the common most liquor, and Smoky Dog Cigarette, I present to you the newest and biggest, blackest member of the black community, the great Dr. King. I am the Reverend Ash.
Good morning, afternoon. Oh wait, take it back. Oh, here we go. All right. I'll take that.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I can't remember a while ago.
Guthrie, everybody. Guthrie.
Yeah, I had to watch a bunch of Al Sharpton videos to get that.
Been partying with you last night. You been hanging. What's going on?
I've been hanging. This is dope. 𝐿ERCON. This is my first one. Thank you guys for having me here. This is awesome. I was like, black nerds? I'm there. Shit.
What does it feel like?
What does it feel like? I mean, it's just to be around just super intelligent black people. I'm used to that. So to have a convention of it, it's fantastic, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I grew up with the black nerds, you know what I'm saying? Just comic book collecting, the whole, you know what I mean? The anime thing is on another level now.
Yes, it is.
You know, shit, I don't even know what to watch. I know what did traumatize me was that, was it Attack of the Titans? I just stepped away from this shit. That shit fucked me up, dog. Naked eating, what the fuck? I watched the whole thing, like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Traumatized you.
I was traumatized. What ass hate for this? So I step back, yo. I'm like old school, but I've been collecting, which is dope. I mean, cause I want to watch more black characters for me, and you know what I mean. And just my friend Sammy, who was part of producing of us Afro Samurai. She just talks about she worked with Crunchyroll and all this other. I just did a panel with her. She's the reason why I'm here. She brought me out here, and she works with black animators in Japan. You know, she has a whole community of black animators in Japan, and she was telling me just how difficult it is just to have black people voice anime characters. Black characters are voiced by white people, like, ugh. Like, no, I'm not, that's not one of white people. It's not all the white people, but what the fuck are we doing here? You know, even when you look at just animation in general, because growing up from Hanna-Barbera to Walter Lantz to Disney, all this other shit, you just find out, like, even in voiceover, when I'm doing a voiceover, there's sometimes they want you to, they don't think black people can just change our voices. You feel me? They think we just are ourselves. You know, oh, that's Chris Rock playing the zebra. You know, they don't think you can go, I told you, I'm not supposed, you know, they don't think you can switch your voice up, which is weird. They just really just, you know, if you know my style, man.
That's what I'm about to say. Godfrey has like 3,000 voices, and I don't understand. I mean, it's like, and I've worked with a lot of voiceover actors, and I work with a lot of people that do impressions. This guy is hands down one of the best I've ever seen in the business.
And the only reason, the reason why you saw it was because of COVID. During COVID, there wasn't shit to do. And this was so funny, is I was watching Dame Dash. Because I love Dame Dash.
Me too. Yo,
I watch him all, he's so arrogant, but he makes a lot of sense, but he's so arrogant.
Did you see the animated thing he did on Dame Dash?
I was doing my laundry like a boss, and the bleach container had a sign on it that said keep away from flames. Don't nobody tell me what to keep away from.
You're from Harlem. Yeah, we know. We get it, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Actually playing games.
Even when Dave's teeth popped out, he's like, it's what it is, baby. I'm from Harlem, you know what I mean? He's always confident with whatever the fuck. So I'm watching him, right? And he's on his live because, you know, everybody was doing lives and shit. So I'm watching Dave. He's in his yard and he's talking to his boy. He goes, yo, man, it's COVID, man. What the fuck you gonna do during COVID, yo? Hey, he goes, yo, what the fuck you think I'm gonna do? He's like, listen, man, we're creators, man. If you ain't creating right now, everybody's sitting on their ass right now. You should be on it. You should be on that phone. And I took it. I was like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
And so then I started to go, okay, I think I can imitate people. And so, you know, 𝐸 Crockett and Jay Farrell and all of them. So I was going against them back and forth, but I realized I think I have more voices than them. And they said, man, I didn't know, because when I did Steve Harvey, no, Steve Harvey, I'm never going to do Family Feud. He fucking hates me. Yo, that
kick your ass. You got me fucked up, boy.
I can just see him text me. Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. So I was like, yo, so Avion, when I was doing Steve Harvey, Avion calls me and goes, yo, man, I didn't know you could do Steve Harvey. I said, I thought everybody does Steve Harvey. She goes, no, motherfucker, how the hell do you do that? I said, I just did it. I don't know. So people didn't realize, because most of those guys were on shit. They didn't know I could do, I mean, my Trump is better than a white dude on SNL. I'll dust his ass off.
No, Elon.
I will dust his ass off.
No, Elon Musk.
Oh.
Nigga, you gotta do it. You got to. Please.
Another year. I mean, the motherfucker glitches in front of us. I just feel that J-No's gonna save the world. And I just really believe that. One day I just watched Elon Musk. I was watching all his interviews and shit. Because he's been abused, he's been abused and shit like that. And I just watched him and shit. Because my boy Don Lemon was interviewing him. Don was like, this motherfucker's crazy, man.
You post a lot of controversial stuff. Is that considered blowing off steam?
Well, I guess I do enjoy using the platform. I mean, I do call the X platform the PvP, or player versus player.
Don is just like, so what else do you think? I just, because he doesn't look at people. He goes, I just feel a little bad. I mean, so I knew I could do, because I was doing voices when I was little. But I didn't think about being stand-up comic and any shit. I was just, because as being a Nigerian, hey, Niger, Pointy, hey, so, they're like, we are here. Hey, Nigeria, hey, where are you? Hey, now you see us now, come on now, say something. What do you say? But that's our first impersonation is your parents. Because, my parents had accents. So my brother, sister, we would just imitate my dad. What are you doing here? Use your common sense. That was the first impersonation. You know what I mean? But I would always do, because Nigerians love Ali, Muhammad Ali. So as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, I would get money from my uncles that would come from Nigeria. They said, do Ali for $1. Do Ali. And I'd be like, I'm fans from pretty much show up the world. I'm the greatest. Joe Fraser's 200. Oh yeah. I was doing that shit. 5, getting money. Like, who else won? I'll do $1. I mean money. I did that whole shit. But yeah, it was social media that really, people say, I didn't know you could do all that. I said, I always could do it. I got rejected from SNL when I first auditioned. This is the fucking facts. It was me, Tracy Morgan, it was Jimmy Fallon, all of us was auditioning for it. And they said, we need 5 characters, 5 impersonations. I did 6 of them. And I didn't even make it to the second round. Didn't even make it a second. Yeah, I didn't make it a second round. Yeah. And when I see the guy that does Trump now, I just want to touch that motherfucker. And they should have a black Trump on SNL. That'd be good. But don't call it black Trump. Just have a black dude do it.
Yeah. I was like, this is so great. I can't believe it. It's so fantastic. I swear to God, black nerds. I love you so much. Look at all my blacks. They're so good. You didn't invite Obama. You didn't invite him, did you? You invited the white guy, that's what you did. I love Carl Jones, he's fantastic, isn't he? He never hires me, I don't know why, he's so bad.
Again, he had the wrong number, right? He had the wrong number. He was coming
oh yeah, he had my old number. I fucked up though. I changed my number. He's like, I've been trying to catch you. Shit.
No, stop saying that.
Yeah, no. I'm a big Carl Jones fan. I've always kept him. I think he's done such great work. Fantastic work, man. You're like a treasure in the animation world.
Real shit. For real.
Wait, a fun fact though, my favorite story about the, like from artists that worked on Black Dynamite, they would tell me like, if like a bomb hit that building, Black Dynamite, you would have killed every artist, black artist in animation because Carl hired nothing but black artists. I mean, he had white people coming up to him like, I heard you don't hire white people. He's like,
Well, you don't hire white people. Isn't that hilarious? You don't hire us. That's why we're
that's
doing
the
it.
problem. So he has to overcompensate for that.
People actually ask me that, and I was like, of course, I don't hire white people.
They love to say that, like, or even I remember in college, I went to the University of Illinois, and out of 40-something thousand, there was only 800 blacks, right? 800, but then we had the Divine Nine, Delta Sigma, we had every fraternity, but we all stuck together. And my wife roommate's like, how come all the blacks like hang out with each other? Like, you just do the mix. Because there's 800 of us, you fucking idiot. It's like weird, they do shit like that. Whenever we are autonomously happy, they always gotta go, what's going on over there? You told us to get out. It's like Black Wall Street. You say, get the fuck out. Okay, we'll build our own shit, then you come and burn it. Get the fuck out of here. See, I'm not gonna beat around the bush on these panels. You have BlurCon because of white supremacy. Let's keep it fucking 100. That's why. You have this black, blurred, black nerd, black, you have to, because of that shit. There's a guy, Tony Weaver. You know Tony Weaver, Jim?
Yeah.
That guy's phenomenal. Yes. He breaks down the racism through his nerd style and talks about the discrepancy and just the unfairness and racist shit that happens. He's fantastic.
For those of you who don't know who rizzaislam, you will meet him, who is, but you will meet him in a second. To me, he is a modern day superhero. Like to me, like well, not just to me, it's our whole community. He is, our modern day Malcolm X. You know what I mean? Like he's now he's a community activist, freedom fighter, truth teller. He's also actively doing things to solve the problems in our community. Because there's a lot of people that talk about it, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, he talks about the problem so much, I think he got banned from like social media platforms like over 20 times. Because he's that fearless. And there's not a whole lot of people today that are fearless in the way that he has, in the way that he is, in the way that he presents the truth to our people and fights for our people on the front lines every single day. So I want to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, rizzaislam.
All right. Yeah.
So I know everybody's wondering, like, Rizza and anime, what is that?
Thanks for coming up because, and I'm glad Carl said what he said, because you don't only help out the black community, you give the solutions.
Yes, sir.
And that's something that a lot of us in the community look for. They're like, you always got a problem with something, but where's the solution to it, And I think that's something you just need to be upfront and in the face. We have people, we have a very small pocket of people that's willing to do that. So thank you for doing one thing for that.
Absolutely. I would say, I'm going to let Carl do his thing because I know he's going to kind of lay it on heavy. But I'm truly honored and surprised to see our community this strong in this space. My first convention, it's my first con, y'all. First one. I've studied the greats. That's all I do is study the greats. And you're right, it's been about 20 times that I've been taking on social media. Because, speaking
might be taken off after this.
Oh, yeah, more likely. Because speaking the truth is one thing, but as our brother was saying, being active against the system is another. There are a lot of people who speak and talk on social media, but your brother is literally that in real life. So let me just help you understand something. I'm on the FBI watch list. Yeah, it's too late, y'all. They took y'all pictures. So we're hanging out. FBI watch list. White House disinformation doesn't list. There's only 12 of us on that list, and the 12th person is also the current HHS Secretary of the United States government. So we are both on the same list. Google that, disinformation doesn't. The Department of Homeland Security's watch list in Georgia. I don't know how that happened. And a bunch of other lists. So I haven't taken off of social media by the US government, not simply because the algorithm is there, so I posted something that they didn't like, but because the information that I was putting out primarily during COVID was so on point, they treated myself and 12 people like we were exposing the Epstein files. They said these 12 people, out of the president's mouth, Joe Biden, he said these 12 people are killing people with misinformation. So what is it? We're suing, win the lawsuits, y'all. Thank you for the few who clap. You don't just say something like that. But we were put all over the world, CNN, NBC, they brought in the 12 US state attorney generals to the White House and they said these people need to be taken off. They brought in Sundar Pichai of Google, they brought in Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and at the time they brought in Jack Dorsey of Twitter. They said you need to remove these 12 people off of your platforms, all of them. And I'm the only young black one on the list. Everybody else is white. So you take that how you will. But the point is, they were very afraid, and they still are afraid of those who speak the truth. So I want you to know that sometimes anime comes to life for real. Fiction comes to life for real. You have superheroes in anime, but there are some of us who do this in real life. So
he's like, well, yes, first.
Yes.
But he's like an older Huey.
This is what he
You know what I'm saying? If you grew up, it would be 𝐟ZA. But no, this is, so 𝐟ZA and I, those of you who don't know, we have been developing a really, really special project together. 𝐟ZA and Marshall Blueberry, and my wife and I don't know, we didn't get the proper announcement. I didn't properly introduce my wife, but so Love is the other half of me. She's the co-founder of Marshall Blueberry. She runs.
Yeah. She knows the thing.
She actually runs the studio. I just draw all the pictures and say funny shit. But like, she's the one that's actually doing the day-to-day. And we collaborated with rizzaislamIX on this really, really special project. So rizza came to the house and we met. You didn't tell me about all this to you all before we started developing this cartoon.
You on it too?
I'm in with both feet now.
They're watching this now.
Yeah. But so we sat down and we just started talking about what is missing right now on TV and the reason why people feel like there's such a void since the Boondocks went away and what that show represented, what it meant. But also Black Dynamite. I think Black Dynamite doesn't get as much props as the Boondocks, but I do feel like we fearlessly attacked a lot of social comment. I mean, a lot of things ills in our community, in our society, and we spoke a lot of really dangerous truths, in the show. But we did it in a funny way so that we can laugh instead of cry. And right now, we kind of need that more than ever, right? So we started developing this series around rizza as basically like the Black Neo of this generation's Matrix.
But I have to say, we were really surprised to see what he liked as well, because we didn't, like.
Yeah, we were nervous.
We were nervous,
Can I say nigga around recently? And he's like, man, I'm from Compton. I'm like, okay. So we just started working on this idea of taking his real life as a superhero, as he told you, he's really living his life, and developing a show around it that could be funny, satirical, and have loads of social commentary. So the idea, just to give you like a short premise, so the idea is that rizza discovers that the projects are actually a government project, and they are running mind control experiments and all other types of genocide.
Yeah, they clone Tyrone. And actually, they clone Tyrone was inspired by Black Dynamite. That's saying it's true.
What's that?
Yes.
Plot twist?
No, and by the way, yeah, and Stephen Love, one of the producers.
He's part of Marshall Blueberry.
And we're all a family. And shout out to Joel, you know, the director. Like we're all a family, but the mission is the same. Like we want to enlighten people. We want to speak these truths, but we also want to make people laugh. And so we took it a step further, right? And we started getting into like episode ideas, right? And playing with these conspiracies, especially nowadays, because we live in a world now where the government just admitted the aliens are real. I mean, they got billionaires eating babies. You know what I'm saying? You got dating parties. It's all kind of crazy shit going on. So we started developing the show, right? And I just want to give you like a little taste of what the show is before I show you what we're working on. So I started looking at these conspiracies that are going on, and I was thinking like, the show needs to be like Black Twitter meets Black Mirror, right? So like all these conspiracies that we talk about on Black Twitter, but taken to the next level, the storytelling that we can use with animation. And so we had episodes like, we got this episode, you know how the smoke detector's always going off in the background? So RZA's character in the show discovers that every time that smoke detector battery is going off, niggas start beefing with each other. Right? So you realize that there's some frequency in these smoke.
You don't want the smoke. You don't want that smoke, son.
Right. And how come, what's going on in these Waffle Houses? You know what I'm saying? Like, 2 o'clock in the morning, there's something in the syrup. So there's like nanotechnology that the shadow government is putting into the syrup that causes niggas to fight the cooks. So it's like, how come white people don't use washcloths, the same ones that they sell in our communities? It's like that kind of stuff, you know? So,
no, we're going there, y'all. All the way.
And he was okay with all of this, so I'm like, you sure?
Say what?
It's Raleigh with the chair.
Right. So anyway, so we were thinking about, if we pitched this to a network, they would say hell no, right? So we were trying to think, well, how do we, only because of the risk, right? Like we were talking about earlier. So we were thinking, how do we minimize the risk? So we have to do this independently, right? So, thank you. So rizza, he took a chance on us as a new Black animation studio that has no backing, right? We're getting this out the mud. He took a chance on us. We collaborated on this project, and the goal was to produce a short film that could also work as a proof of concept or a pilot for a TV series. So the short film, we're going to show you. It's in its early stages.
Early stages, people.
Really
animatic.
It's an animatic. And for those of you who don't know what animatic is, it's basically a storyboard.
Just some drawings.
It's a storyboard with voiceover and some sound effects and music, but it's really rough. But the premise of the short film is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with A Quiet Place, the movie? Yeah. So this is a parody of A Quiet Place. We're calling it Nigga Hush. So the idea is that the shadow government has bioengineered these creatures that are taking Black people out when they say the N-word because they're mad that they can't use it. And rizza has the duty of stopping the community from using the N-word, which is impossible.
So good.
So we want to show you, like I said, it's in the early stages, but
really rough.
LearnCon exclusive.
Yes. We really don't show things this early and this raw, but we really wanted to show something to you guys, and rizza wanted to be here and really present it. So we're doing this grassroots, you know, and we just wanted you, we hope you guys can appreciate it. We have some really interesting talent. Should we say who all in, or afterwards?
Oh, you with the voice?
Yeah, voice actors.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we have 𝐬𝐿 Crockett. Y'all know 𝐬𝐿? We have John DiMaggio. Do y'all know John DiMaggio? Slink Johnson. Jay Nova. And Corey Holcomb. We're all
And 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸.
And 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸. And this is just like, it's a small, we're going gonna be working with a lot more people, but this is just a nice little teaser. But again, it's raw. Please understand it's raw.
Exclusive, y'all.
Exclusive.
Yo, Reason, hey, I know you be doing all that Jackie Chan shit, but we ain't poisoning our own people, man. We out here just selling antidepressants to white folks, I promise. They deserve it, man.
Which I can appreciate. Unmanaged white despair has a well-documented tendency to turn legal. But it's not the drugs this time. It's the word, the N-word.
The N-word? You talk about nigga? Hey man, you got one more time, nigga. Bruh, what N-word are you talking about? Nelly?
The one that traces back to Nada from ancient Sanskrit, meaning wise one, divine being, kings, and even gods, which is also the one that they recognize because they can't use the word, they don't want anybody to use it.
Dang, that's some real white people shit there.
Worse, it's the shadow government. They build AI-engineered robotic creatures that will devour us every time we say it.
Oh, like some real quiet place type shit. Really, you be all up in your studio. I mean, like you really be on that. I mean,
but this is just one of many tools they're using to destroy us.
Well, man, I'm sorry, but I can't stop saying it, right? Ain't no other word like it. The 2 G's clear my throat every time I say it. You feel me? I'm willing to die for this shit. You got another word that's strong as that one?
What do you mean? There's king, brother, God, homie, my God, my G, even dude. I mean, it's not what I use.
Come on, bruh. You know dudes in Paris don't sound the same. We say don't get. I mean, is it like a loophole with the hard R or some shit?
No. I told you to take out this trash.
That ain't got no mama. It's not a game.
Look around you. These projects are an actual government project. They're experimenting on us. I mean, don't y'all find it odd that whenever we have internet beef, there's always a smoke alarm beeping in the background? Or when somebody eats waffles at Waffle House, they instantly start fighting the cooks. Or that white people don't use washcloths, the same ones that they sell in our community.
I just thought they were nasty, nigga.
Oh, shit, where did we go? What do we do? Not sing the song. I know it's hard. Please don't sing it. Sing it, motherfucking God. Islam, you are under arrest, truth distribution, unauthorized public enlightenment, conspiracy to awaken the masses, spreading banned historical facts, tampering with government lies, and operating critical thinking without peace. That's it? Well, then by that same law, you're under arrest for violating privacy under the Patriot Act, weaponizing social media as a data harvesting tool, feeding the NSA's prison surveillance state, advancing consciousness hacking via brain implants, targeting black so-called identity extremists, not to mention your depopulation program through poison food, air, and water, masking genocide as abortion, family planning, GMOs, vaccinations, immunizations, and global civilization, all under the banner of the World Health
Reese, thanks for the info. I love you, my nigga. You think you are some kind of Muslim superhero Batman or some shit? No, I'm something far more powerful than Batman. I'm a black man. Boy, that reason is one righteous nigga. So what do y'all think?
This guy was the man. This nigga right here.
Of course, God for you.
Yo, that's fine. Oh, I love that.
I can't wait for you guys to see it in its totality because, you know, we're working really hard on it. We got amazing artists on it, and it's just gonna be great.
I really hope that you have some scenes where you're in a comedy club. Because I've had discussions with comedians, and I ask, like, when we do comedy in front of majority, like, non-black audiences, and there's comedians that use the N-word every 5 minutes, and I go, why do you use it so much in front of, and it'll be smart black people, men and women. I go, why do you, because I don't use that word in front of black audiences, I just don't. If I do, I use it for a certain purpose, but I go, why do you keep using that in front of them? They say, well, I don't want anybody to tell me how to, you know, I don't want anybody to take that from me. I said, that's not our word. They made that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you say it in front of, like, a majority white audience, are they laughing at you and your joke or the N-word?
Yeah. You know, fun fact though, in Black Dynamite, they never used the word nigga. And I didn't even miss it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it felt like we said nigga, but...
Carl Jones, Love Jones, the team of Darcy Blue here. 𝐿ZA, Asheru, Blur
Man, thank you again. You didn't have to give me your time, but I appreciate you so much. God bless you and your wife, and I pray the most success for y'all, and thank y'all again for all the work and the black representation y'all are giving us to absorb and to enjoy. So thank you again, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's your boy, Big Bro Broly, tapping in 𝐸𝐿𝐿𝐶 2026. We'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.